Hi everyone, I'm with some people that have done some very good work with the Furies. You may have seen them on TV, Mr. Asgater and Ramsey, two of Fury's cornermen.
The main man.
The main man, yeah. So first of all, what was it like as an experience to work with Team Fury, and especially that big night in Germany?
Go on, Ramsey, let's hear it.
Go on, Asgi. You was in Germany, I wasn't.
Okay. How can I explain it? You know, something that you've always dreamed about, that when you always dream that I'd love to be in a world title fight, centre of the ring. You know that's never going to happen. But when I was in Dusseldorf, it did happen. You know, I was given an opportunity. Peter Fury said it was going to happen, and it did happen. And it was like everything had come true. It was so unreal. You're amongst the elite of boxing, so, you know, megastars from Germany, David Hasselhoff. You know, you've got Rod Stewart, you've got all the famous boxers in the world, Vitaly Klitschko, Lennox Lewis, Tyson Fury, and all. You know, it's just so unreal, and it really was unreal.
Yeah, as a boxing fan as well, you know, you were in the corner, and to watch that and hold the belts at the end, how was that experience? You know, you had the belts that Muhammad Ali held, and you know, Klitschko for 11 dominant years, and it's completely surreal.
Yeah, and I still pinch myself today. I'm like, did this really happen? One thing I did remember was how heavy the belts actually were.
Sure.
And then when you see these boxers that hold the belts like they're holding like they've got the belts dangling, thinking, wow, these guys are strong, because these belts were, especially the IBF and all, they were real heavy. But again, it was just unreal, just to be there. And you know, when it says, and from the United Kingdom, it was like, wow, it's really happened. And you don't realise until you get back to England and you look back at it and you think, bloody hell, I was part of that. And then you open the papers and your pictures there and you're like, wow.
Damn. And Ramsey, what about Tyson Fury? Do you think he'll make a comeback soon?
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah. By the way, my best night was this night here.
Yeah. Talk to me about that night. That was Chisora, wasn't it?
Fury and Chisora 2, the best night I had in boxing with Tyson. 10 rounds of splattering his face. I mean, he was amazing, and then watching him pick up them belts, that was my night. I mean, I missed Germany, of course I did, but obviously there were powers around us that didn't want me to be there. So yeah, God willing, this was my best night with Tyson.
And what can you remember apart from the fight? Was there anything funny that happened, or anything, any stories that you can recall from that day?
On this night?
Yeah.
There's plenty of stories that happened just before that fight.
Yeah.
Good stories, by the way.
Good stories.
Yeah. Funny, you know.
Funny stories. Stories about how I jumped Kingpin Johnson, which was a funny night.
Kevin Johnson, ex-heavyweight contender.
Kevin Kingpin Johnson, me and Kevin on the floor. I did a Goldberg, I tackle on him, and straight to the floor, and we were just fighting on the floor.
What happened? I'll tell you exactly what happened. Kingpin Johnson's come into the room, and we're all having a laugh. You know how boxing banter. He's seen one of our guys, and he goes, "All right, what are you looking at?" Having a little laugh. Ramsey's walked in just as they're having a little banter, not realising it's just banter. So he thinks that he's trying to start on our guy. Ramsey's jumped on Kingpin, got him in a headlock. They're wrestling all over the floor. We're all laughing our heads off. You know, everyone's there thinking, what's going on? And Kingpin Johnson said, "Look, this guy's trying to take my pants down." And he, you know, it was funny. It was funny.
It was a good night.
Good stuff. Yeah. And what about the upcoming Parker versus Fury fight? I mean, how do you see that going? I take it everyone's going to be pro Fury in this. I mean, what does Fury have to cause Parker problems?
See, what people don't realise with Fury is actually how tall he is. He doesn't look as tall as he actually is. He's pretty tall, and his power has not been. People ain't seen his power. I've seen his power. I've seen him spar people, and I've seen him cripple people, literally in the ring. He's only shown us 30 to 40%, because everyone knows about his illnesses. But this young man, oh my, he's not just going to be a champion. Listen, he's going to be a great champion, multiple champion, and he'll be a long champion for a long time. People just don't realise how good he is, and take nothing away from Parker.
Mind you, it is a good test for him, is Parker.
Absolutely, you know,
Yeah,
Parker's not rubbish, but I'm just, and it's no disrespect to him, I'm just saying that Huey is on a different level. Huey will be up there with the likes of the Klitschko's, with the likes of the Tyson. He'll be a man of his own name. You know, right now, people, you know, have got him in the shadows of Tyson Fury, and Huey likes that. You know, he's proud of his cousin, of course he is. But I know that Huey will become his own man, and Huey will become a long-reigning champion. He's a young, good-looking kid. He does everything right. Lives in a gym, well-disciplined. Every trainer's dreams, and for Peter, his father, you know, what more could a man ask for?
Do you think he's got him right at the right time? I mean, he didn't look too great against his previous opponent, Parker,
I thought
and
Parker
also,
lost against Ruiz, to be fair.
yeah,
I thought Ruiz was...
and even so with his, I think it was a late replacement with his sparring partner, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's boxing. It's at a level now where...
Don't forget, Huey's past fights, he was 100% at all. You know, 30, 40, not even 50%. You know, but hopefully this time he's going to show his true 100%. I mean, I call him the smooth operator. Peter knows that. Huey knows that. I think he's a very, very smooth operator. He flows. His boxing skill just flows. You know, I could watch him all day long sparring. That's how you know, that's how I think how good he is. You know, his boxing flows naturally, and because he spends all the time in the gym.
And after this, what do you think? I mean, if he makes a big statement in Manchester, because that's what it will be, won't it? A big, massive statement. Did this open up the door to potential fights straight away with your likes of White, AJ?
No, we'd like to think so, but listen, I think that he'll put on a great performance that everyone will avoid him. They'll all look for every excuse possible. Because remember, Huey's what, 23, 22, 23? Heavyweight don't peak till what, 30 plus? Huey's still learning, and oh mate, I think they'll all avoid him. Like everybody avoided, and this is being straight honest. When Carl Froch says that you must avoid Triple G like, you know, it's the play, avoid Huey Fury. He's going to be getting bigger and better and more confident. And when he starts to load them shots, people are going to feel him. I'm telling you, he's going to cripple some serious... Okay, who's out there that's really a threat?
You're asking me?
Yeah. Be honest.
Okay. Well, I rate AJ, as you're aware.
Absolutely.
Triple D. He's
19 years old, phenomenal.
Up and coming, great talent. Who else have we got? We've got loads of heavyweight. I think heavyweight division at the moment is absolutely booming.
Well, a lot of them, the jury's out. Anthony Joshua, I think he's starting to prove himself now. I think he proved a lot against Klitschko.
There's Dillian White coming up.
Dillian White, again, I think the jury's out with him because against AJ he was unfit, but he did wobble AJ.
Yeah, sure, yeah, he did. Round 2, wasn't it?
Yeah. People are forgetting about Nick Webb. People are forgetting about, you know, the up and coming stars. There's a lot out there. Obviously,
You got that Ricky Hatton's fighter, Gorman.
Nathan Gorman.
Lucas Brown is coming back.
Yeah, Lucas Brown.
Please don't get me started on Lucas Brown. Did you watch his fight against Rudenko?
No.
I thought he got splattered. In fact, he did get splattered. I knew home advantage and all the politics.
And this was the same Rudenko.
Are you talking about his comeback?
No, I'm not when he fought Rudenko.
This is the same Rudenko that Huey fought in Cannes. And when at that moment Huey wasn't up to that Rudenko level
And schooled him.
Right. Okay.
So, you know, a big difference as well.
But the point is the heavyweight division. I mean, I think it's the most booming division at this present moment.
Yeah,
and it's, you know, Hugh Fury is a part of that. It's going to be good to see where this, you know, story goes. And do you think he'll replicate the success that you know, main man Tyson had, or
if not better?
Yeah.
If not better, because with Tyson, there's people. It's like Marmite. You either love him or you hate him. With Tyson, you either love him or you hate him. Those that hate him don't really know him. Those that love him know him, and they understand and appreciate his boxing skills. People think when Tyson beat Klitschko, it was an old Klitschko. When AJ beat Klitschko, oh, this is it. So with Tyson, it's a different thing. What Tyson achieved was, as I say, he achieved the impossible. But the impossible to the haters. But for those that believed in him, we needed to do it. Peter said it years back, 4 years ago, he'll be champion. and his prediction come right. But with Huey, he's gone down the right channels. He's coming against a guy. It's a 50-50 fight against Joe Parker, an up-and-coming superstar. Huey, an up-and-coming superstar. They'll prove who the number one is, and that guy will then go on to fight whoever's out there for I don't know, against Wilder if he beats Taverne, which I doubt. I think Taverne beats Wilder, by the way.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, listen, Taverne beats Wilder. Straight. But I think Huey, he'll win every title that's presented to him. Because with Tyson coming, if Tyson comes back, and Tyson will hold some belts, Huey will hold some belts. It'll be like the UK's version of the Klitschko's.
Yeah.
This will be the Furies.
Yeah, and that's what they're aspiring to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're involved in training some great amateurs that are coming up as well.
Absolutely.
Not just from the East Midlands region, but it's fair to say in England.
Yeah.
And who should we look out for? Who's going to be the next big thing that we should actually look out for and take note now?
And I'm not. This is no favouritism at all. There's a young kid in our gym called Ali Tazim. This kid's from Birmingham. Lives in Wolverhampton, but his father's from Birmingham. This kid is a superstar. This kid is,